Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. I'm Dami of 𝐓𝐻𝐇. In the last tutorial, we were able to learn how to draft a notch collar blazer. So in today's tutorial is a continuation of the last one. So in today I'll be showing you process on how to sew the blazer piece together. So if this is what you are looking for, please stick to the end of the tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Thank you. So in our last video, we were able to draft out these patterns for a notch collar jacket. So this is the collar for the neck, so this is the front pattern, and this is the back pattern. So in this video now, we'll be showing you step by step on how to cut it on the fabric, how to join the fabrics together to give you a beautiful notch collar blazer. So please stick to the end of the class. So next thing we're going to do now is I'll take it to the fabric, I will cut it out, then I'll bring it back. Okay, so this is the fabric I'll be using. It's a crepe fabric, so I've cut out all of the pieces we have. This is the side back, this is the center back, this is the side front. I also cut out the lining like also. So this is the center front. So for the center front now, for other ones I use a suit lining as a lining, but for the center front, because of the turnover that is going to be at the lapel area, so we are going to be using the exact fabric. So by the time you want to turn it over, so if you want to use a different color of fabric, so maybe you want to use a black fabric or any fabric of your choice, so you can make your lining to be that other fabric. So by the time you turn over the lapel, so it's the black or the other fabric that will be showing on the lapel area. So for other ones now, I'm not going to be adding any interface because the fabric is quite thick, so I don't want it to be too bulky. So for the center front now, I'm not going to put lining on the main body. For the lining, I'm going to interface it. So I will interface it and join it together. So now in joining together, let's bring our front together. So now this is the center back. You're going to, I put added allowance to the joining allowance and everything. So you're going to join the two center back, you join them together, then you flip it over and join each side. So one of the side, you take it to each other side, so you join the sides also together and you follow the same pattern in joining the linings together. So for this one also, for the front, you are going to be joining, so for the front you are going to have two pieces for the front because of the button area and everything, because of the opening in the front. So you take one piece of the center front, you join it to the side, and you do the same thing for the lining also. So I will do that and I will show you once I'm done. Now I've joined the pieces together. So this is my main fabric for the blazer. So this is the main body, this is the back piece. I've joined all the pieces, the four pieces we have for the back, I've joined them together. And also this is the front. I've also joined the front, the side front to the center front on both sides. I've joined them together. So next now we're going to do is we're going to come to the main body here, then we are going to join our side seam together. So when I was cutting it out on the part on the fabric, I added 0.75 as my side seam allowance. So I'm going to stitch down 0.75 on both sides. Then also I will stitch down the 0.5 inch allowance I use for the shoulder joining here. So I'm going to join it together, and I will also do, this is the lining, this is the lining also, so I will also do the same thing for the lining. Okay, now I've joined the seam, the side seams, I've joined it together, the front to the back, and I've also joined down the shoulder. I repeated the same thing for the lining. So here also is the lining. I've joined the sides together. So next we're going to do is we're going to be attaching our shoulder pad to the shoulder. So we turn the shoulder to the back like this. So this is the to the wrong side, so we have the shoulder on the wrong side. Then we are going to be placing this thicker part will be close to the joining of the sleeve here. It's going to be around this edge of the armhole. This is the neckline and this is the edge of the armhole. So we'll get the center part of it, then you place it on the side, on this shoulder joining. So the center is going to be right on the joint so that it will be equal on both sides. So for this, from this armhole line, you're going to be stepping in by 0.5 for joining of the sleeve. Then we'll secure it down. Now I have stitched down the shoulder part. So this is what we have after joining it down. So next we are going to do now is we are going to bring the main fabric like this. This is the right side, so we place the lining also right side facing right side of the fabric facing the right side of the lining. Then we're going to bring it on the hem like this. We're going to bring it together and make sure all your joining aligns together. You make sure all the joinings aligns together. So what we want to do is we want to use the lining to turn the main fabric. So we'll do like this. So next we're going to do is let's secure it down with a pin before taking it to the sewing. Make sure that all the joinings like this, they align together so that one will not be longer than the other. So you join it down, secure it down with a pin. So after securing down with a pin like this, you will take it to the sewing machine. Then you are going to join it with 0.5 inch that I've added to join the seam to the hemline together. So we are going to join it and turn it over, give it a good press. So after stitching the down parts, I moved it up. The main fabric was 1/2 inch longer than the lining. So this is what I have after stitching it to the center front, and I've also pressed it down, and also I've folded in my collar, the lapel collar. So this is what we have now. So this is the front of the blazer, even without attaching the collar of the neck collar yet. It's looking beautiful already. So this is what we have now. If you're able to get it up to this stage, next thing we are going to do is we are going to fix the back, the neck collar. And in our drafting, we're able to draft out the pattern for the neck collar. So this is the pattern. This is the place that is going to the neck, to the back neck. So I've used the pattern, this pattern, I've used it to cut out the fabric on fold. So when you are cutting out this pattern, you make sure this side is on fold, you fold it. Yeah, so I've used it to cut it 2-piece out. So I've used the pattern to cut it out, and I've attached stay to both sides of the collar. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to stitch this side of the collar. Now if you look at the collar now, this is the part that is going, we are going to attach to the neck. So this is going to the back neck. Now if you see this place, it's a little bit curved. Yeah, it's curved. So we are going to take it from the curved side. We are going to stitch this down part now right to this curved part, and we are going to start this other side here to the curved part. So I just notch it down. So you can also do the same thing where the collar curved in. So you are going to stitch it right through to the other side. So I'm going to do that, press it, and I'll bring it back. Okay, I've turned the collar, I've turned it. So this is what I have after turning it. So next we're going to do is we are going to turn our jacket, our blazer, into the wrong side. We'll turn it to the wrong side and make sure the center back aligns together like this, and the center front is also together like this. So we are going to bring the collar. I've notched the center of the collar, so this center is going to go to the center back. So we'll make sure that the joining align with each other with the notched place. So I will sandwich my collar. This is the collar. The right side of the collar comes to the right side of the fabric. Now the other side of the collar also to the right side of the lining, center back to the notched area. So I will pin it down like this. So I'm going to keep pinning till I get to the place I stitched. So I'll make sure all this joining align with each other, the lining and the fabric. I'll make sure the joining are together. So you also bring this. So our collar will sandwich it, will put it in between the main blazer and the lining. Don't forget how we are going to, this is actually one of the easiest method of fixing the collar for a blazer. So I'll make sure this one relax very well. So I've joined this one, so we're just going to sew through and also come to this other side also and repeat the same thing I did for the other side. I make sure the joinings aligns together. Okay, so I've gotten to the end of where the collar is. I'll just bring it down like this to hold it down. So now after I've pinned it down, I'm going to run the stitch. I'm going to join it using 0.5 inch allowance I use. So from this point I'm going to join it to this other point. So I will take it to the sewing machine, do it and bring it back. So see, this is the outcome of the collar. So I've attached the collar to the blazer now and it's looking very nice already. So we fold it to the front like this. The lapel is going to come like this, and this is what our blazer is looking like now. So I haven't done that, and the next thing we're going to do now is we are going to attach our sleeve. To attach the sleeve, I use this my basic sleeve block. I use it to cut the sleeve and the lining, the fabric and the lining. So this is the fabric. I've got 2 pieces of the fabric and also 2 pieces of the lining. So now I'm going to place it together. So to join our lining together, you know, we are doing inseam sewing for the blazer now. So in order to do that for the sleeve, we're going to bring the edge of the sleeve. Now the fabric is 1 inch longer than the lining because I don't want the lining coming out when they wear it. So I'm going to stitch it together with 0.5 inch here, then I'll pull it up. You see that this is the difference here. So by the time I pull it up, it's going to become equal. So I will do it for both sides, then I will show us the next thing we are going to do. Here is the lining and the fabric. So I've joined it together at the hemline like this, and the difference in the length, I've pressed it in. So now if the person wear the blazer, the sleeve, the lining is not going to be coming out like this. So we have this, it's equal at the upper part. So it's in order to join our side seams together, you are going to separate the lining and the fabric like this, fold it into 2. Then you are going to mark out your allowance along this edge. So you fold this one into 2. Also you fold the line fabric into 2, then you mark out the allowance. So when I was cutting this one out, I marked out 1 inch for my side joining allowance. So I'm just going to mark it down and I will stitch it along this place. So I will just do that and bring it back. So here is the sleeve. I've pressed it and I've joined the side. I also joined the lining separately. See now, the side joining, they are not together, they are wholly joined together at the hem here. So once you've done that, now we can now go ahead to attach it to the blazer. So in order to do that on the blazer, so this is the blazer, we have to turn the blazer to the wrong side to be able to do it perfectly well. So this is our blazer now. Then you bring the sleeve, you bring the sleeve here. Now you bring the right side of the sleeve to the right side of the fabric. So the joining the sleeve is going to be fabric to fabric, lining to lining. So you just join it as if you are joining your regular sleeve to the clothes. So you can pin it around, or you take it straight to the sewing machine to sew. So you just sew the sleeve around, and you do the same thing for the blazer. So when you are, I'll be lining to lining. So when you are doing it, please make sure that this side of the lining is on this side of the fabric, so that it will not turn, it will not twist when you are trying to wear it. I don't know how well to explain it again. Just make sure everything aligns together. The side goes to the side and the right go to the other right side. So just make sure. So if you are joining the sleeve also, I'll be the lining right side to right side, then you sew it around. So I'll do the same thing for both sides, and I'll bring it back. Okay, so this is what I have after joining the sleeve together. You see how neat it is looking on the outside. So let's check out the inside. See the inside also, it's neat inside. So I open this place in order to finish up the sewing of the sleeve. So I will just go ahead and close this place up, so there will be no other opening in the dress. So this brings us to the end of our blazer class. Okay, here I've made the buttonhole. I'm going to fix the button. So thank you for joining us, and see you in next class. Bye.